What's really going on? Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at XRP against USDT. I'm going to be assessing some of these key technical aspects of price action moving forward. We're going to be looking for some of the key pivotal areas of support and resistance I believe we're going to be interacting with in the very near future here. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Do you trade? Do you hold? Or do you let the price action unfold? What are you doing with your bag? If you have one, have you been accumulating XRP, buying all these dips? Do you believe we finally found support? We're going to plow through all those overhead resistance, get back to the dollar plus range that we came from in the not so distant past. Or are you bearish on XRP? Do you believe support has yet to be found? Are you shorting all of these pullbacks? Do you think there's tons more downside? Are we heading straight to zero? Let me know your thoughts on the direction of XRP down in the comment section below. Now, jumping right into it. To kind of recap, this very volatile, what I'd call sideways price action since pretty much the middle of November of 2020. We have price action coming from support around 25 cents, rallying in a very bullish manner, all the way up to swing highs near kind of like 75 cents to interact with resistance kind of up there, but ultimately getting rejected under what I believe the key level is 62 cents. As we can see, we have multiple examples of price action coming up to 62 cents, getting slapped away from it, finding support, bouncing to it, getting slapped away, falling through its previous support, interacting with some lows, coming right back up to that 70 something cent resistance, but ultimately failing to get above and hold 62 cents, come back to it, slapped away. The overall bullishness of XRP was abundant enough to build the momentum to plow through all that resistance and start interacting with the 80-90 cent range plus, until we were met with a new kind of areas of sell pressure and an abrupt change in momentum on the 19th of May, sending us plummeting back down to where we came from out of those euphoric dollar plus highs that we came from there, plummeting all the way toward this 62 cent level. We have price action interacting above this kind of like 79 cents to 71 cents resistance zone, trying to find support above it, ultimately failing to hold and interacting with this 62 cent line. We have price action bouncing in a very bullish manner off of a currently invisible key level near 50 cents. We will see why that is a key level in a moment here. Price action currently interacting with some very, very significant resistance, but holding in a very bullish manner, suspecting that we are weakening this resistance, and this does look like we are headed for the 90 cent to perhaps $1 here very, very soon. Now, a new perspective comes into play when we turn on EngineeringRobo, along with the Fibba Lamborghini, Fettuccini lines of zucchinis, bikinis, Illuminatis, Bugattis, and Martinis. We can see price action interacting with this thick zone of resistance. We have sell pressure between 72 cents and 79 cents with my zone there. We have the 0.382 Fibonacci line at 81 cents, suggesting some sell pressure present, in addition to the underside of this 200 daily moving average. So there's a lot of things holding price action sideways in this kind of range here, lots of sell pressure present, but the buy pressure is ever so abundant, holding us in a very tight range up under this resistance, suggesting that we are weakening it, and we will likely find ourselves above 81 cents near that 90 cent range, I do believe, very quickly, in my opinion. We even have that buy for supporting this very bullish bounce, price action bouncing off of the 0.236 Fibonacci line at 54 cents, a very bullish target that we kind of bounced from there, found ourselves above 62 cents. We have that buy for closing on the 27th of July. So there's definitely plenty of factors here suggesting that XRP has potentially bottomed and is likely to see some short-term upside that we kind of have been seeing. My bearish kind of outcome for this, say we fail to break in the next couple of days here. If we were to have a pullback, further interaction with 62 cents might be necessary. Say we say this is too significant of resistance and it does send us back downward. The lowest I believe we're going to go to is probably 62 cents and then kind of continue upward. XRP is looking very, very bullish. It has been very bullish all throughout this technical downside and sell pressure that Bitcoin has been having over the past 2 months. But along with Bitcoin, XRP is rallying and has been very bullish and has been wanted to go up, wants to get back to these levels. And so I do believe we are likely to see some upside in the short term here. Lots going on for XRP against USDT. We have that buy for price action currently interacting with thick resistance between current price action and 81 cents. We have that buy for. Will we be bullish enough to plow above all these resistance zones and then perhaps confirm that as support? Things are looking very bullish. But a new perspective comes into play when we consider XRP against the price of Bitcoin. We can see price action interacting with the top of this 200 daily moving average. We have the buy for closing on the 28th of July. Very bullish interaction with what appears to be support, in my opinion. Price action bouncing off this 200 daily against the price of Bitcoin is going to be very, very bullish for us in the kind of like mid to long term here. The more support we find along this 200 daily moving average is the more bullish we can kind of get on XRP and then a kind of like a longer sense. In the short term, I do believe we can get bullish as well with this buy for. Like I said, bounce off the top of this 200 daily moving average. We are in a kind of tight range with that 0.618 line giving us a hard time over there at 2020 Satoshi. Although price is actually looking very bullish, and with these bullish suggestions against the price of Bitcoin, this does suggest that XRP is likely to have some upside or hold against the price of Bitcoin's volatility here. So things are looking very, very bullish in my opinion. I mean, I've been suggesting since coming down through these levels that we might have another interaction with this 200 daily moving average, as we haven't. This is kind of like the first sort of period of a couple weeks that we've seen it since breaking it on the 7th of April of 2021. So returning to it to confirm it as support is very bullish in my opinion. Price action against Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very volatile, but these bullish signs does suggest some very bullish price action for XRP in the very short term here. Like I said, against USDT, we could have a pullback to that 62-cent line. More downside against Bitcoin would look like perhaps more interaction with around this 200 daily moving average. I do have a support line at 1530 Satoshi, which is looking less likely in my opinion. Although there is kind of room for some short-term downside to still be bullish at this level. We will have to watch out for this 0.618 resistance though. That's likely to give us a hard time. We might have to come up to it, come back down, confirm it as support, and then rinse repeat for the next kind of coming resistances here. We do have very, very significant resistance in my opinion at 2886 Satoshi. That is a resistant line that I've drawn that's currently correlating with the 0.382 Fibonacci level, suggesting some very high sell pressure at that range, and that is likely to give us a hard time once we get back to it. But we do have price action above it, so definitely possible for us to find our way back above that Satoshi level, especially with the bullishness of cryptocurrency overall at the moment. The market does smell like pretty bottom-y, wants to bottom out, wants to get back to where it came from. Price action is looking more bullish than it has been in the kind of past 2 months. We got these buy fours coming back, sell for ever since the 21st of May there. Maybe this technical downside is finally over and we can finally see some coming upside. The crypto market is definitely different than it has been throughout its kind of life, and there's definitely lots going on now than there wasn't before. So lots going on for XRP, looking very bullish at the moment, currently interacting with support against the price of Bitcoin. But if we switch to Bitcoin against USDT, what do we have here? Price action coming out of a very bullish pullback, very bullish retracement. We have this very aggressive recovery from the top of the 20K range, $29,000, bounced, found ourselves above 32K, found ourselves above the 0.5 Fibonacci level, 34,000, supported by that buy 4 on the 24th of July. We've been looking very bullish ever since. We recovered through this multi-month downside from current local all-time highs. Recovered in a very vertical manner all the way up to this 0.618 Fibonacci level, $41,500 per Bitcoin. I've been suggesting for this whole phase of consolidation is going to be very significant resistance, and so this vertical upside was met with a very hard slap at this level, bringing us all the way down to $37,000 per Bitcoin. We interacted with the 37K range for a bit, but we are bouncing very, very, very bullishly. There's a whole lot of buy pressure, and the speculation around Bitcoin potentially bottoming, I do believe, is very high. All throughout this technical downside, Bitcoin has still been very overall bullish. I do believe technical downside because while the trend does want to continue and there does want to be on the up and up, Bitcoin just wants to be bullish. Nothing goes up forever, and we've had a very, very near parabolic run up since sort of like this time last year and kind of just before, all the way to current brand new all-time highs. I do believe this downside, this sell pressure, this phase of a consolidation and accumulation was very much necessary and very healthy for the trend in the long term. As you can see, like I said, we've recovered from all of this, multi-month downside and consolidation toward, 30K and the top of the 20K ranges. We bounced and recovered in a matter of weeks. So currently, things are still very, very bullish, especially with that buy 4. A bearish indicator in play is going to be the underside of its 200 daily moving average. We have not confirmed that as support, nor have we confirmed the 0.618 line as support. $41,500 is still going to be a key level that we will have to break and then confirm as potential support, in my opinion, before I can be more confident on the likelihood of this being a bottom, because as of right now, technically we're still sideways. In my opinion, there is plenty of room, thousands of dollars upward and downward for us to still be sideways, sadly. So we will have to see where support is truly found before we can be more bullish than ever on Bitcoin. Now, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hearing my analysis. Try EngineeringRobo free with a link in the description. Subscribe here on YouTube. Check out all the other social media down below. Let me know in the comment section. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? What are you doing with your bag? If you have one, have you been accumulating through all these lows, buying with all this smart money, accumulating during this phase of a consolidation and accumulation? Do you think there's all-time highs around the corner, 100 figures, 100K, $1 million per Bitcoin? Or are we heading straight to zero? Are we still bearish? Is there more downside? Let me know your thoughts on the direction of price action down in the comment section below. Thank you for tuning in, and tune in for the next one.